Hi there, I'm Justus, and welcome to the Justus Express. Today's train of thought is actually intriguing, to say at least. Today we're gonna be reviewing a book that I read a while ago called The Art of War, and it's a very popular book. It's been around for a very long time. Interestingly enough, there's an individual, I think he goes by Jay Waller. And I actually like a lot of what he has to say. I think that he just from what I've observed, I've never met the man, but he seems to be a man of honor. Like I said, I've never met the man, I don't know. But I remember seeing a clip with him one time. He was like, I tried to read The Art of War, and it was just dark. Like, he's like, anyone who's able to read that book must have, like, yes, he said something about being a psychopath. Like, anyone who can read that book has got to be like a psychopath. He couldn't even finish The Art of War. I read it in like an hour. So I don't know what that says about me. But interestingly enough, one of my favorite passages, and I love this book so much, but one of my favorite passages in this book is gongs and drums, banners and flags are means whereby the ears and eyes of the host may be focused on one particular point. Let's break that down. A couple episodes ago, I was talking about the LGBTQ plus community, and I was talking about how gay marriage and when it first originated, and how when it was first legalized, everyone was celebrating. There were all these parades, and everyone was just ecstatic and so happy and stuff like that. And I remember telling my grandpa that it was a distraction. It was a distraction from the actual important things that are going on. And I went on a bit of a rant, and I'm not going to go on that same rant today, but your sexual orientation, compared to a lot of the other things that are happening in the world, your sexual orientation does not matter. It is on the bottom of the list. It is the last priority. And you're going to ask me, okay, well then what is the top priority? If my sexual orientation isn't as important as I thought it was, then what's more important than that? How many people around the world are starving right now? How many children around the world right now are starving? How many people are in pain? And you're saying to me, well, I'm just trying not to be in pain. That's why I've gone on this journey of self-discovery and finding out who I am. You're not your sexual orientation. That's a part of you. You're not your sexual orientation, just like I'm not my hand. Am I my hand? No, I'm not. I'm not my, well, you know. That's not who I am. I'm not my body. Okay? I'm not the life I live. I'm not the car I drive. Well, actually, I drive a truck. But the point is, I'm none of those things. Who I am goes infinitely deeper than that. You could strip away everything about me, and I would still be here. You could take my hair, take my clothes, take my skin, my organs, my body. You could take every part of me, and I would still be here. I'm not even my name. I'm not even just us. I open this podcast and I go, I'm just us, right? But I'm not. That's just a name that was given to me by someone else, a name that I didn't even choose. Now, do I love that name? I freaking love it so much, but it's not who I am. The LGBTQ plus, say it 3 times real fast. We'll see if it works. But that movement, while intrinsically important to many people, in my opinion, was a great, great distraction from, so many important things that are happening in the world right now. I'm not saying that you shouldn't take the time to understand and know yourself. Okay? But just as I said here, gongs and drums, banners and flags, pride flag, the American flag, Pakistani flag, the pirate flag, Gongs and drums, banners and flags are means whereby the ears and eyes of the host may be focused on one particular point. In other words, the whole point of a flag is to keep you looking at one spot while they do something else over here. Who's they? Is there some big conspiracy? Is there some huge, No, but there are a lot of evil people in the world. Just like there's a lot of good people. See, everything that you can envision. Let's do a little thought experiment real quick. Let's just have some fun for a minute. I invite you to do the best to clear your mind and just think of a random location right now. Any location, doesn't matter. Think of a random location. Now, are you thinking about that location? I'm thinking about Paris. Now, imagine, okay, that location is empty, all right? Just an empty location, and then you populate it with people. Everyone's living their life. You got some people eating bread, got some people drinking wine, got some people kissing, got some people arguing, and they're all living their own little lives, right? Well, how do I get their resources? How do I take what's theirs from me? And I invite you, think it through. Think of that location. Think of those people. Even if it's just 50 people, even if it's just 20 people. Imagine what each of those people are like, the resources that they have at their disposal. One person has a house, one person has a car, one person has a book collection, one person has some money in their bank account, another person has a deep freezer of food that they hunted from Ireland. How can I get their resources? I gotta get them all thinking and looking in one direction so that I can come behind them and grab it. I gotta turn their attention away. It's like the magician in a magician act. You know what sleight of hand is? I explained this to someone one time. They didn't know what sleight of hand was, and it was really cool to like, most people know what that is, so it was kind of cool to be able to explain that to them. I go, sleight of hand is the ability to move your body and your mouth and your eyes in such a way where you are misdirecting the audience, your audience, away from what you're actually doing. So sleight of hand is the art of misdirection, basically, in essence, okay? Now, look at the world we live in. Look at all the things that are happening. I said on one episode one time, I said on one of these episodes, I said, we live in a day and age where for the first time, historically speaking, slavery is completely illegal, okay? In almost every country. I think in all countries. I don't know. I may be wrong about that. But for the first time, it's, for the most part, it's internationally illegal and it's considered to be frowned upon, right? But if you start to do some research and really start to look at like the FBI numbers, like the amount of missing children, the amount of missing adults, you actually begin to look at the numbers of the amount of missing people and the amount of different sex trafficking organizations that are either being monitored or fought against. We have more people in slavery today than we ever have in recorded human history ever. And you're thinking that's an over-exaggeration, that can't be true. All right, that's fine. But what if it is? What if it is true? Are you willing to take that chance? Or are you okay being distracted while they steal and take? Who's they? Again, the evil of the world. It comes in many forms. Government, religion, politics. When was the last time we had a politician who actually kept their promises? When was the last time we had a preacher who actually lived what he preaches? When was the last time that we had a government official in charge of massive resources and in charge of many great things? And it's happened a few times, but it's so rare. When was the last time we had someone looking out for the good of the people instead of trying to distract them from everything that is going on? Wake up, people. There is a world happening out there. While you're sucked into your phone, there are 10 people dying Probably more. I'm not saying that you need to save the world. I'm saying that you need to stop ignoring it. My name is Justus, and this is the Justus Express. I hope that you're thinking about my train of thought.